Little unboxing of these Powerline adapters. When they built this house, it didn't have Ethernet run all through it, so to run it now would be a pain to try to get through all the walls and drag everything down from where I want it to be. So I did have some of these Powerline adapters, but they're older ones, only running around 10 meg. So they seem to run fine, it's just that they're really slow. So what I'm going to do is upgrade. I just picked up these two. These are supposed to be, what are they at? A Gigabit Pass-Thru. Of course, we're going through power lines, so hard to say. I mean, that is what they're advertising, but it's an AV2000. Each one has two supposedly gig ports on the bottom of it, as well as a pass-through plug. So I'm going to give them a shot, see what kind of throughput I can get through them, but first of all, let's take them out of the box and see what we have in here. Now, I'm going to try to... With this, you're basically plug and play, so anywhere where you may need an Ethernet cable, you can plug one of these in and pair it with the others. Now, they do have security built into this because, I mean, your signal can get outside of your house. I don't know how far, I don't know what kind of distance. It'd be pretty interesting to test it with one of the neighbors just to see if you could pair two of these out back through across the power lines. I think if you're, I guess it depends on the power of these things and the transmit power, but if you're within, if you're going across a transformer, you're not gonna get it through there. But if you and your neighbor are on the same side of the transformer, there is a good chance that you could get some power, some feed between the two houses. But anyway, all that to say that these can be encrypted in between each other, which is a nice feature. So anywhere in your house where you want another Ethernet plug and you don't want to pull a cable, and you don't need super fast speeds, because I think you're still going to lose something in between these. It's not going to be the same as true going right from a power plugged in Ethernet going right to the switch. So anyway, let's see what we have in the box. Alright, those are good size. These had a good rating on Amazon. Now, I'm not sure how true it is, but anyway, if you get a pass-through, you just take this thing. One of the things with this as well, you do not want to plug this into any type of adapter or power bars or anything like that. Your power bars might have some kind of filtering on them, so your signal will not go through. So they suggest that you plug this directly into the wall, and then they give you this other side here. So I suppose you could plug this into the wall and plug something else on the other side of it. Because when you look at this, if you put it on a plug in a wall, you're going to lose both sockets. Just by the size of that. I'll have to try it, but I'm assuming you're going to lose both sockets. So you've got some lights on the front to tell you if it's hooked together, if it's powered up. We've got the Ethernet connectors on here, 1 and 2. And there's a reset button as well as an encrypt button. So that's where you can actually encrypt between both. I don't see, these look the same. So there doesn't seem to be one main unit and then one client unit. Both seem to be the same. So what I'm going to have to do next is I'll plug those in. What else came in the box with it? Came with a couple Ethernet cables, instructions, warranty card, quick start guide, connect directly to the wall for better performance, 2-port Gigabit Pass-Thru. Alright, I don't know if you can see this whole thing, so... And what they're showing here is, yeah, if you plug it into a power bar, you can get slower speed, but also you'll find if you do plug it into the power bar and it has any kind of filtering, the signal's just not going to go through it. So you're going to plug in 2 plugs in your house, plug into your router or your switch, and then whatever your device. If you have a smart TV, your computer, your NAS device, your gaming stations. That's an easy way, I guess, to get your smart TVs hooked up without having to run Ethernet cables to them. Especially with all the new televisions coming out with we're smart. You don't have to use your Wi-Fi either and clog that Wi-Fi up. And these are the lights on the front of it. Green is more than 80 megabits per second. Orange, 20 to 80. Red, 0 to 20. So there you go. And that's on this actual connection. So the middle, looks like the middle light, green, orange, and red. 3 lights on there, your power light, your HomePlug light, which is where that breaks out to, and your Ethernet light, if your Ethernet's plugged in. So what I'll do, oh, here we go. To encrypt, you hold down, you hold the button on the bottom down for 2 seconds on the first one, then within 2 minutes, you have to get to the second one and hold the button in as well for 2 seconds. And that will encrypt the traffic in between these 2 devices. That's a pretty good idea. So that way your data, if it does travel outside of your house through the power lines, nobody else can plug one of these things in and get on your network. And just kind of an example of how you hook it in, plug it into one. It converts the signal and sends it across the power lines, and then the other one reads it off of the power lines and then feeds it back into Ethernet. So we'll see how well the 100 meg units that I have, they work pretty well, not too bad. But I wanted to see if this was a little faster for me as compared to my Wi-Fi. Got a lot of things streaming in the house, so let's see if I can do some speed tests and see if these are faster than running across my Wi-Fi. I don't expect it to be as fast as running an Ethernet cable, but at this point, I just don't want to go through breaking open the walls and trying to run cables through. It's a new house, we just painted it, and I wish I had have had the option at the beginning just to get Ethernet run to every single room. Just would have made things a lot easier. But next time, all HD Powerline adapters. And that is the AV2000. 2000 because they have the 2 ports on the bottom. And thank you very much for watching.